Hey guys, welcome back. It's time to do bag 3 here of the Lego Ghostbusters Ecto-1. But before we get started with that, I have our third minifigure. It's going to be Ghostbuster Louis Tully from Ghostbusters 2. From Ghostbusters 2, here's the Ghostbuster version of Louis Tully. To create this figure, I used the head from a Clark Kent minifigure. I could have used the one from the Ghostbusters Firehouse Lewis, but I like having both of those minifigures built at the same time, so to have glasses and the same skin tone, I've used that head from Clark Kent. The hair and the what I'm calling earmuffs are from the Series 8 DJ. He's got the torso from Egon Spengler, because that's the uniform he wears in Ghostbusters 2. And his legs are short tan legs, and you can get those from a Yoda minifigure if you have one of those handy. And his accessory is going to, of course, be his proton pack, which could be any version of the proton packs that have come in previous sets. So I'm going to put Walter and Peter with Louis in the middle right over here. Got all the parts ready to go. Today I decided to do it by color a little bit better than I did the last two. So we'll see if that's helpful or if that's worth the time it takes to do that. So we're on bag 3. And judging from the parts, so spit on there, judging from the parts that I've just placed here, I haven't looked ahead. Looks like we're gonna barely start getting into the tail fin area and the back half of the structure of the car here. So, looks like it's going to extend quite a bit more off the back of the base we already have, so good deal. Starting with page 64 on step 76. Notice there's a lot of these little 1x1 blue studs. I'm going to assume they're going to be structural, but you never know. Alright, these red ones are stacked. So I hope if you've been watching the previous builds, I hope you've gotten some enjoyment out of them. If you're just here to look at the minifigure builds, that's great too. I'm glad that you're interested to that extent on those, and thinking about maybe doing a recap video once I'm done with the Ecto-1 of all of my minifigures that I'm going to have in this series. So if you miss one, then don't need to worry, because I'll probably make another video down the line here in about a week or so to include all of those figures. So far I've enjoyed the build. Been talking with you and taking my time with it though, making sure I'm not rushing through it, because it's, like I said in a previous video, it's supposed to be an enjoyable experience, and if they wanted us to rush through it, then they would have just given us a complete product in a box. You could buy a model of Ecto-1. That's not what I'm wanting here. I'm wanting the the experience of building the set. One of these over the top. It seems as each set of bags comes, I haven't been counting the parts, but it seems that it takes up about the same amount of space when I do lay it out. So, and my 2 previous videos were close to around the same amount of time, so kind of know how long it takes and what to schedule when planning to do one of these videos. Was able to get 2 done on my first day with it spread out a little bit, and we're just before dinner time here as I'm starting my first one of today, so I don't know that I'll get 2 done today, and I might go ahead and space these out a little bit and then release them not right as I finish them. I might space them out so that they can be watched later on. Have them scheduled. All right. And kind of the fun of doing this one is even as you're building it, you have no idea until it gets done really what you're creating on a lot of these. And it's so big on this sheet here on the instructions. I'd spend a lot of time just looking where the next part goes. Make sure I didn't miss something like I did at the end of the first or the second video. 2 of those. I go back to the corner here and make sure that everything that's been included on this part of it has been put on. So that's kind of what takes some of the extra time as well. But I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to make 2 of these on step 79. Use up my inventory of these parts here. Okay. And that is a 1x8 and 2 bricks. Whoops. Alright, and I've gotten to the first sticker that I'm going to place on one of these. I said in the previous video that I wasn't going to put the rust ones on, but some of the other ones I will. So, I think I left my sticker sheet right by the camera. Hang on a second. Here it is. This one says RTV. This is going to be our remote trap that is new to the Ghostbusters through Ghostbusters Afterlife. Alright, so this is the first time you're getting to watch me put a sticker on something. I am Lego sticker OCD about keeping things straight. This is a black sticker on a black brick, so it's kind of hard to see to begin with. I like to take my time to see if I can get them as centered as possible. Not crooked. Alright, I'm pretty okay with that. You probably can't see it. But RTV on one end there. Sticker 13. Alright, so I got everything pre-built here. Got confused because I have to turn this around and I didn't notice that. Okay, So the sticker one goes here. Maybe you call them decals. I've always just called them stickers. So kind of my idea with the rust stickers. There's a lot of them. And I said in the previous video I wanted to see what the car looks like clean and white to begin with, and then I might put some of those decals or stickers in there afterwards. It makes me think of when Kenner released the Ecto-1A after Ghostbusters 2 came out. It was the same sculpt, it was the same car that we had gotten the Kenner Ecto-1, but it came with a sheet of stickers, and there was it had the caution stripes on it and the Ghostbusters 2 logo, and that was cool. And like Slimer was on the back window, that was different from the first one. And it came with a ton of pink slime stickers. And pretty much in the instructions they showed, hey, throw them everywhere, put them where they go, anywhere you want to. And if you use that whole sheet of pink slime stickers, and kind of overtook the car, and I didn't think it looked as good with it all on there. And so that's the way mine was. I had the stickers all over it, the pink slime ones. And I kind of, after I'd put them all on there, maybe wished that I didn't have quite so many, or maybe none at all. So having those thoughts as I'm seeing all these rust stickers, I don't know if I want it to look like that. Okay. So this is where the extension starts to happen on the back of the vehicle. And I can tell this is going to be your trap door that we're eventually going to have. Trap door, literally. Alright, so get into some of these yellows. Get my gear. 2x2 with a hole. 2 studs in black. A plate with holes in it. 2x4 black plate. One of each of these. All right. So we're building I'll call it a Technic piece, but it's kind of some Technic parts. Whoops, came right out of the hole. Gotta hold it on there. Put the top on. Alright. So let's start here with the edge of it in the right place. Put yellow, black studs on either end. Goes over here. Alright, so we got the floor built out, and then we're going to put this one with the gear on it. Goes drops down in this hole where it's going to come in contact with this gear and turn these back wheels. So I believe what this is, it's going to go all the way to the roof rack, and when you drive this back set of wheels, it looks like just the back right wheel, passenger side. It's going to turn some of the equipment on the top, on the roof rack. It's Spoiler alert, I'm telling you how it all works before it gets there. But alright, so we're using some of these wheelbases here. It's a quick, easy step. And 1x4 bricks, the Technic ones in yellow. These black plates are going to overhang by 1 stud each. Alright, we're going to have 4 blue studs in this step to stack together. So the Ghostbusters 2 Lewis figure, like I said in the close-up, I could have made it with the figure or the head that came with the firehouse for that Lewis, but I like leaving that Lewis built as is. I don't have 2 of them. I have multiples of the 4 Ghostbusters, just because I have 2 of the Ecto-1 sets and I have the firehouse, so for those 3 guys, or 4 guys, I've got 3 figures for each of them. Only have 1 hair for Peter that I like, and the same for Winston, so that kind of stinks. But I could always go Bricklink and buy a new hairpiece for them if I need to. Alright. Good sure I'm putting these in right. So that goes that way. Put the stud on top too early. Alright, so this is kind of tricky because these longer pins have ones that go 2 bricks deep and then one side that goes 1 brick deep. So first we put the one on the 1 brick deep side, and then we're taking one and we're putting it on the opposite side. That's the one that gets the stud. So we get 2 of them going opposite directions. But yeah, as soon as I got that minifigure with the headphones on it, that was the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, oh, this would make a good Lewis from Ghostbusters 2 with the earmuffs. It's probably not the right color, but his hair style isn't slicked back like it would have been in the movie. But it's best we got so far. And on those short legs, the proton pack almost drags on the ground. It's kind of funny, but I don't have the medium legs in the Ghostbusters flight suit tan color, but I do have the short legs. So the medium ones are kind of a new thing, so we're kind of waiting for those to get printed in a lot of different ways and different colors, like the short legs already have. Alright, use these. Go through a lot of these blue 1 by 1 studs. Alright, we're on step 88 already. Need 4 of these. 2 bricks. 2 yellow plates. 2 of these. Sorry I don't have a lot to say today, just kind of enjoying the build. Sometimes as I build, things come to mind, and today's just kind of not a whole lot. There's a lot going into this one section. I won't call it a mini build, it's going to be pretty big when it's done. Two more of these. Two tiles. With the technic hole. And the two red pins. I was talking yesterday about movie cards that would be cool for sets this size, and ended up watching, later on I watched a YouTube video about making a replica of Herbie the Love Bug, and that would be a cool full-size build, but they've already done Volkswagen, so I don't know if they would do something like that, but they've got the Disney license, and I think that still falls under Disney, if I'm not mistaken. That'd be kind of a fun build. I'm a big fan of Blues Brothers, so the Bluesmobile would be a fun one. That might not be up Lego's alley though. I don't know if it's something they would want to consider or not. It has been not something this scale, but there has been a Bluesmobile Lego Ideas project that's come up, and I believe it hit the 10,000 likes or votes or whatever it's called that it was supposed to. It didn't get selected, but it had my vote. I wanted that one. That would have been a fun build. Alright. Some of these pieces that almost look like microphones. Alright. Looks like we're getting into some of the functionality of the back end of the car here, where there's a handle, or I don't know if you call it a handle, but there's a piece where you engage it and the back plate drops out. Feels like that's what we're building here, at least something close to that. We're getting close to the back end of the car. Not quite enough to build the fins yet. So I started seeing some of these red tiles. I thought, oh, maybe we'll get to the red fins, but there's not enough for that. All right, this one's got green on its side. Everyone say hi to Winston, who's barking outside. Oops. Sure did that right. Okay. I was trying to build it over the stud, and it needs to be built. This piece has 2 studs on it. It's a 2x2, but it's a plate on one half of it and a tile on the other. There's only 2 studs on it. And it right the first time. Let's put it back. And get the green, and we're done with green. Okay. So that goes on the opposite side. Here's what we've got so far. There's a lot going on here. Like I said, with all these colors, it's going to be just structural stuff, and a lot of it we're never going to see once we get all the other colors put on top of it. It's going to be mostly white and black and shades of gray and some red. But we get that color inventory here in the structural part. Step 93, we're on step 94, we're going to use 3 of these, 1 in the center, 2 on either side, easy step, 2 of these, easy step, turn the page, step 96. Alright, we're almost done with the white pieces. Pretty soon we're going to have a lot of white pieces. We really haven't gotten into the exterior of the car that is got quite a bit of white. That's another reason I really don't want to get into the rest of it, rust on the car. Because you can put the stickers on there for the rust, but you really can't recreate the dirt and the grime and the dust of it without brushing over it somehow. Alright, so these little pieces look like, I don't know what they look like. They look like they could have like a string or something go around them. I don't believe we're going to have that. Let's see. Alright, studs on the side here, if I'm doing it right. This one here. It does snap in there. It's very little room for that blue one to turn in and snap between those 2 yellow studs, but it's snug when it's in there. Alright, step 98, we're putting the assembly here on the back of what we had to begin with. Somehow, let's see. Blue. Put this on top of it. Look at that. Look how much longer. Let's see where we were at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another 10 studs deep, basically, from where we started on the structure of the car. And we still have to do the front end too, because this is the front wheels, so it's going to come way out here. Alright, step 99. 2 of these. 1 of these. 1 of these. 1 of these. And 1 of these. And there's a blue in there as well. Alright. Years ago, we wouldn't have been able to build this car with the curvature that it has. We've come up with so many slope pieces over the last few years, and the studs on the side techniques that just weren't as common, you know, especially when I was a kid. That goes there. Yeah. Nice. Step 100. Some of these that are angled a certain way where you have to do it just right. So I'm paying attention this time. Crap at my kids for not paying attention to the instructions right when we're building together. And then when I'm building on here, I catch myself making mistakes too. If you've seen the Lego movie with the Will Ferrell character, who's the dad, who's got the amazing Lego city that he's built, and his son goes in there and makes cool things out of it and everything, that changes things up without asking. I kind of, in some ways, side with the dad. There's Winston. Alright, step 110. Doing some tile work here. Perhaps, if I can get the tile in correctly. Alright, the last two white pieces. These little window units. Not really windows for this car, but these are little windows, the 2x2s here. 2x1x2. Alright, we're done with white, we're done with the dark bluish gray. We're almost done with the black. Finally get to this long piece. Yeah, this is the back bumper. The license plate on it. Okay. Gray. Oh, I should use blue. It needs to be black. Using my cheese wedges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. And it's telling me to put the plate on before I put the sticker on it for the Ecto-1 license plate. I am going to put the sticker on before I place it on these other bricks. I think I have a better chance of getting it correct by itself in my hand. Rather than throwing it in there, on there, to build, and then trying to put the decal on there. 2, 2, 2, 2, one of these, okay. There are 2 Ecto-1 license plates. This is the one for the back. It is on a yellow 2x4 plate, tile. I use plate and tile sometimes interchangeably when I know I shouldn't. Alright, so this is a clear decal. First try. Alright. It's a pretty snazzy looking piece there. Glad I did that before I placed it on the assembly here. Just more room for your fingers to do it that way. Alright, we got these 1 by 1 little half circle those tombstone shaped pieces, little mounds. I keep those lined up as best I can. Almost dropped my first piece. Haven't dropped one yet. Alright, all 8 of these on here. It's pretty nice looking. Red with a clip on it. We're almost done. Running out of parts. Step 119, we get 2 black Technic pins on either side. Silver goblet pieces. I'm going to go back here. Interesting. I wonder where those are going to go. I have no idea what to call this piece, but that's going to be the housing for the tail light. So how do I mount that? Goes on the Technic pin. So it's got a square hole, it's a round piece with a square hole that goes all the way through to that goblet. And then we're going to have these transparent red pieces on the back for the tail light. So we got to build them up a little bit on the back so that they reach through that square. We've got a square stud there. And that connects to the top of the goblet. That doesn't nails the look. Look at that. Probably can't see. Okay. Line up my cheese wedges and my half circles, whatever you want to call them. And then this is going to go on the back. Keeps getting longer. If that's the bumper, that's as far as we're going. Make sure it's on there good. Alright. I think we're snug. Alright, step 124 is our last step. I just realized I put 2 pieces on here incorrectly. Huh? I had dark bluish gray 1x4 tiles. Didn't even notice I put them where the 1x3 light bluish gray go. There's so many different colors on here, it's hard to notice when something doesn't line up right. Alright, we can fix that really quickly though. I thought those looked shorter in the instructions. I guess I know why now. So those go here. We've got 2 then our first indication of the fins. More cars need fins. They should do more fins in today's vehicles. I like fins. I like Ecto-1. Nice and smooth. That helps hold it in place all the way to the back. Keep that back assembly on. And that's it. Okay, extra pieces. We've got 1x1 studs in blue and black. We've got 1x1 plates in red and light bluish gray. We've got a light bluish gray cheese wedge, 1x1, and we've got a 1x1 yellow rounded tile. That's going to do it for bag 3. Thank you for watching, and hope you've enjoyed, and you'll stay tuned, and I'll have bag 4 up before too long, and look forward to spending time with you again for that. Thanks for watching.